She's a winner.
And welcome to...
Hello, everybody. My name is Carol Boston, and I am known as the Queen of Reframe. Let's get together and reframe your greatest challenges to help you know your value, own your power, and advocate for yourself so that you rise up and become the lioness and lion leader you were truly created to be, multiplying your income and your profits. Work with me, and we're going to make 2024 your best year yet.
Carol is a best-selling author, award-winning speaker, and a life coach. To reach out and know more, visit her profile at Life Coaching Today directory. Watch the Intuitive Entrepreneur Show hosted by Carol Boston every week, here on lifecoachingtoday.com.
Hey, my name is Max Anjanetta Jones, owner and founder of Life Coaching Today. Yay! Sometimes I'm known as just as Max. Welcome to the show today. Carol couldn't be with us because she is a little bit under the weather. But a round of applause because I'm here. Yay! So today we're going to talk about a few things, all the things, as my friend Kadada would say, all the things. So I'm going to introduce, we have a guest, the doorbell. We have company. Yay! So we're going to invite Kadada in, but first we're going to take a look at our ring camera or our podcast ring camera and see what Miss Kadada has been up to. Miss Kadada is the host of Life Coaching Today Presents. But before we let her into our humble abode, we're going to take a look at her video and see what's been going on with Miss Kadada.
In this episode of Life Coaching Today Presents, our guest Tamara Stevens shares her thought on bimbo feminism.
One thing about the bimbo feminism world is the relationship with it to the patriarchy, right? The standards that have been created by men to define what womanhood is, what femininity looks like.
Men aren't the only ones responsible for upholding patriarchal standards. Women are also. And as a white woman, I am acutely aware of this because white women, we have a tendency to give over our power, dumb ourselves down, and all of those things that keep the patriarchy in power because we have this false sense of security that the men in our lives will save us, will protect us, will take care of us. And so upholding those patriarchal standards is of benefit to us. And that's why you see so many white women who have a tendency to vote against their own personal interests. It's because they have a false sense that, the men in their lives know better.
Stay tuned to our next episode on April 11th. Our guest is a renowned
Hello. You live for the applause. Just like me, welcome to the show today. Welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. I don't have my microphone today, but I'm going to try to speak as loudly as possible.
That's good. So we saw an expert, a little excerpt of your show. Life Coaching Today Presents. You have the flagship show, which airs every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. We saw a little piece there that you're going to be interviewing Les Brown.
Yes.
Thursday at 7 p.m. Yay. So are you all excited about that?
I am. I'm trying to gather my excitement because, y'all, I'm not going to lie, I was asleep.
It happens.
And I don't know why. I totally forgot I'm in the space of Tuesday and Thursday, and it did not mean Wednesday. So I don't know what space I was in, but it's all right. I am excited.
Well, that's totally okay. We might, if you hear the doorbell, it means that we have another guest. We may be expecting Dr. Stephanie, but like you, the weather and everything, things are going on, things are happening. So If we hit a doorbell, we know that Dr. Stephanie is ringing our doorbell. But if not, we'll still showcase some of Dr. Stephanie's stuff in a few and see what she's up to. But now, as they say, you know how we like to throw people under the bus. Hmm.
Oh, oh, I didn't put enough makeup on for that, but okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay. Like, wait, am I
Let's
getting on the
now.
bus right
Now
now?
we're
I
gonna
didn't.
throw people under. You know how we like to throw people under the bus, or at least I do. I love it. I enjoy throwing people under, especially my friends and family. Why not?
Right.
Friends,
All
right?
right. Well,
Right.
let's get let's
So
go.
we're gonna I watched the last three of your shows, which were absolutely
Okay.
phenomenal.
Thank you.
So let's start from the I know that you're big in the election scene and everything going on. And I
Yeah.
saw that you interviewed a 2024 presidential um
Candidate.
electoral person,
Yeah.
Angeline
Pain.
Payne,
Yes.
presidential elect Angeline Payne. Tell me about that. What was that about?
That well, yes, I interviewed
It's intense
Angeline.
in one area. So
Huh?
I get to where I want to go. When they
So
were
yes.
you guys were talking about the immigrants, that seemed a little intense. What was that about? Knowing
So
that
yeah,
you're an immigrant yourself, because
I am. I am.
yes, so why is that intense? Because I heard it get really intense when you were saying, so are you saying that the immigrants are doing all the robbing and stealing? Was that something that went deep with you?
It does resonate with me. I come from an immigrant family. Both sides of my family are from the same country, same island. So those are my people. And it does resonate with me because I know starting back in whenever that first year that President Trump was in office, there was a huge attack on immigrants. And people only believe that immigrants are from Mexico or Latin American countries because that's the marketing of what we see in the news. So, however, this United States is an immigrant country, and it seems like the United States has forgotten that they are an immigrant founded based country. And so immigrants come in all shades. And yes, I did take it personally because I know a lot of immigrants, especially now in 2024, 2023, 2024. The economy is so bad. We have war in different countries that
Mhm.
we in the United States are blessed that we've never had war on our soil
That,
where people have brought it to us, right? So we are not fleeing to different countries. And
that
so
we're
I
sending it to other countries.
yeah, we're sending it to other countries and we're assisting in other countries. So I think that people have forgotten why America was founded, who the people were that founded America, and that means all shades of immigrants. I mean, Italian Americans, they're immigrants as well, whether they're from Jewish backgrounds, whether they're from Iranian backgrounds. So it is really disturbing to me when there's a target on immigrants' backs to say they are just like the latest scapegoats for any other the ills in American society. And so, yes, I took it very personally, and I do believe that anybody that's running for office needs to be really clear about their immigration policy and
Right.
how we are going to treat people in the United States who want to come here that aren't necessarily breaking laws,
Right.
especially if we don't address what's going on here. And we have, because of international diplomacy, we actually have the opportunity to help these other countries if we wanted to stabilize those countries. We have the power to do so that people stay safe in those countries, that they have educational opportunities, all the things that we say here. If the United States is a great powerhouse, then we need to execute that way so people want to stay in their own countries and they can have those conversations with other political leaders, but we don't. And so they're coming into the United States and we want to target them as if American society and American citizens don't commit crimes, which we know
Which
every other day of the week, all
which we
day.
know that they do.
They do all day, all day. So I did get a little testy because, especially, I'm not gonna lie, I have a problem with any black and brown person that attacks immigrants too, because I know we didn't pop up in the United States We didn't fall out the sky, y'all. Black and brown people were brought here, except for our native indigenous people. So I am very super sensitive, but I wanted to give Angeline Payne a voice because in most markets, she would not have a voice because she is not on the presidential ballot. She can, or I guess she is. She's not officially. She will not never make it onto the debate
Hey,
stages.
Isn't,
Yes,
isn't that isn't that weird that she is on the ballot? So guys, understand this when you watch or you look her up, you she is on the ballot, but she will never be on main stage. It's
right,
almost like those sideshow things that you go look at, and it's on the side. It's there, but it's on the side. But she is on the ballot. So just for kicks and giggles, look up Angeline Payne
Payne.
and you'll
Yep,
see her there, but you'll never see her on the debate because only the big money ticket makers make it there, believe it or not. That's
right.
just how it is.
Yep.
So it's very, very interesting. And we got a call from Dr. Stephanie, so she was running late. Um, so we are still going to showcase her stuff, but she won't be with us today. She'll show up and say hi, dude, next week. So shout out to Doc Stephanie. Thank you
Hey,
for joining.
Stephanie.
We know the weather is bad and things are going on.
Listen, we
But
are
not
green in Georgia. We are green with pollen in Georgia. It is taking us out. Everyone's getting sick. You go outside, you are absolutely covered. Everything is covered with pollen. We weren't ready for it.
I totally, totally, totally understand. So let's just go on here because you interviewed Angelina Angelina Payne for president, and then you took another jump into another frying pan, and you went into bimbo feminism, which to me is an oxymoron. I'm not going to give a shout out to Gen Z because me being a proud Gen Xer, I'm going to say this: the words do not go together, and your four women, the women who came before you. Okay. Those women that came before you, Gen Z, have worked hard and fought hard. And now you guys are making these things like trad wives and all these things good. And I know that you're doing it for the likes and all the other things. And all these women out here saying, oh, if you think I'm too masculine, make me unmasculine. Let me just educate you here and say this: when a man says that you're too masculine, it means that you've been in the workforce. It
Mhm.
means you have an opinion. It means that you have something to say. So it doesn't only mean you get to stay home and cook and clean. It means that you need to shut your mouth. Okay? That is what a man means when he says you are too masculine. He means to shut your mouth, stop talking, say less. So, for all of you fantasizing and romanticizing all this trad wife business, and let me just say this: as a trad wife, you shouldn't have that extra job. How are you taking care of the children? How are you raising them? It's just for social media. And that's okay. I'm not hating on it. It's just for social media. And if you're going to be a trad wife, you're a trad wife whether you can afford it or not, because they do have trailer trash, and there's a show called Trailer Trash, Trad Wife, that does exist. Okay, so let's not romanticize it that it's a nice, beautiful dress and nice nails done and all. Because I never see the trad wives cleaning the bathrooms.
Oh Lord,
I never see that.
I'm stuck. I'm sorry. I'm stuck at the trailer trash trad wife thing. So
Oh,
I'm
there
still
is a
stuck
show
there.
called the Trailer Trash, Trad Wives.
Oh
So
wow.
bimbo feminism. Tell us about bimbo feminism.
So I just want to first say that the Gen Z clan, right? I'm going to give them credit because they were obviously searching for an identity. And like you said, everyone before us, we have already kind of gone through all of these labels. However, with the Gen Z and the bimbo feminism, or bimbo talk as it's called, they're obviously searching for an identity. And one way to search for an identity is to look for language and words and reclaim the meaning of those words. And so they are claiming that they are reclaiming and redefining the word bimbo so that way it can be more powerful for them. As I got to study a little bit, I'm sorry,
The definition of bimbo.
what is it?
Hmm.
It means an airhead, someone who's slutty. Actually it has multiple definitions, but what we know it to be is that you're a slut, you are not a very intelligent woman, you are easy to get over on, you're an airhead. And so that's what it turned, that was the definition in the 1920s. Starting from the 1920s, it kind of evolved into more of the airhead kind of thing. And so what they're saying is that they are no longer wanting to be airheads, but if you do want to be an airhead, that's okay. However, However, they are very politically astute and very aware about liberal ideology. So, meaning like they're proud owners and purveyors and champions of like Black Lives Matter and trans rights. And so, it's the bimbo feminist world is not only for women. That's an interesting thing. They do have the LGBTQIA partners that are involved in this. So it's a reclaiming of this idea and identity around who I can be that works against the patriarchy. So if I'm intelligent,
Or
I
is
don't
it,
have to prove it to you, right? You don't need to know anything
so is
about me.
it also including the words in the dictionary? Because a lot of Gen Z, they want to change the words in the dictionary to mean something other than what they mean.
Well, I mean, we've all changed words to change it to what they mean because actually the word bimbo was actually originally for men. And that was a word, bimbo was originally defined for Italian men, right? And that's where we get this word bambino. And then in the 1920s, a man here in the United States heard the word and wrote a song in the era of the flapper era. And so that song took off and it has been an evolution of words. And so I am not opposed to anyone redefining a word, because when you redefine a word or define a word, you actually hold a lot of power. However, this that phrase per se is it's probably already dead in the water. It's not gonna be long lasting because it's 2024. I just heard about it. And
And that's
so
the thing. We're going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about social media and how it has changed us, the good, the bad, and the ugly of social media. And how is it affecting the world that we live in? So let's take a short commercial break and we'll be back with a little chat about social media and the pros and cons of it. Stay tuned. And I'll say it again.
maybe not. Oh,
We're going to take a short
one
break
second.
and have a commercial, but we'll chat until we get to the commercial. Um, our producer is doing their holy time, and we just had Easter, so all and anything is possible. But while we wait for a short commercial break, let's talk about TikTok because you work in this political space.
Mhm.
What are your feelings on TikTok? Do you believe that TikTok is going down?
What do you mean like in terms of?
Or do you think that it's going in 6 months that it's going to be dissolved? Do you think that,
Oh, I
do
don't
you think
know. I
everyone's going
do.
to buy it?
I do believe so. Here's the interesting thing about TikTok. So first, let me just say that TikTok in the United States is very different than TikTok in China, and so that is very interesting to me. So with TikTok in China, there's a lot of stuff banned that people cannot see, and it's almost a
Mhm.
protection for their people from the governmental protections, and not necessarily for harm per se, but to keep the intellectual capacity high in China. So children can only see things that are around school and or things that are intellectually stimulating, so we can keep churning out lawyers and doctors and things like that. In the United States, it's a free for all. You could sit there and do a TikTok just to brush your teeth, apparently.
So, do you think that TikTok is a way for China to gather information against Americans?
I do think so. I do think that we do not understand the back end. So, as an IT person, I don't think the users understand what information gathering looks like on
Hmm.
the other side. And I don't think people really care either that China is not our friend, even though not a friend to the United States, right? So, even if they are gathering information, I don't think people care about that. People tell all their business out there. And so there are some safety concerns, and it has been proven that there's been safety concerns with TikTok.
So I just want to say, I know it's a 6 month period for them to find a buyer or give it up or turn it over. In a way, in my own way, I'm looking forward to changes on TikTok.
Mm.
You know, I'm looking for changes for TikTok. Um, so our producer is back online, so we can go to our commercial now. So we're going to
Right.
take a break, go to commercial, and when we come back, we'll finish talking about the pros and cons of TikTok. And I'm going to hit you with some questions. You know, our conversation is together under the bus. Under the bus, you go, my girl. So let's
Oh,
break for commercial.
Are you a life coach who wants to make a difference in the world? Do you want to share your wisdom, passion, and experience with others? Do you want to grow your business and reach more clients? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need Life Coaching Today. Life Coaching Today is the largest platform on the web for life coaches, therapists, and hypnotherapists who want to enhance their visibility, gain exposure, and connect with clients. Life Coaching Today is more than just a directory. It's a network of opportunities. By joining Life Coaching Today, you will get access to a magazine where you can be featured and connect with over 30 million subscribers. Be a guest to our podcasts with over 55,000 subscribers. A directory where you can showcase your profile, services, and testimonials to thousands of potential clients. And that's not all. Life Coaching Today also offers a free 30-minute coaching session on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where you can be coached or meet your next client. A flexible pricing plan where you can choose the best option for your budget and goals. A dedicated customer service team where you can get help and guidance whenever you need it. So what are you waiting for? Join Life Coaching Today and take your life coaching career to the next level. Visit www.lifecoachingtoday.com and sign up today. Life Coaching Today, the largest portal on the web connecting coaches, therapists, and hypnotherapists.
So we are back.
we're
So
back.
it's so kind of under the bus time.
Oh,
So
wow.
has TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, has any of these platforms affected you mentally or socially or the people around you in a positive or a negative way?
Me personally,
Mhm.
no. Because I really don't give a damn most of the times.
I can attest to that, except for shopping.
Except for shopping. Now it is increasing my shopping.
Your life, because I think we shop
Yeah,
more.
it does.
So
It is increasing, and my Amazon basket is huge. So if you want to donate to the Amazon basket fund, my birthday is coming up, y'all. So I guess that is how it's impacting my life. Now, does it impact other people negatively? Sure. I have seen people get attacked, verbally attacked on social media because people feel free to say whatever it is that they would never say out in polite society for some odd reason on these platforms. And so I do think that strength of power that they would never have before. But I also appreciate the increase of the technology because it does allow us to be connected internationally and we get to learn about other things, especially wars. I'm just going to say that. I also see things in regards to like one of my favorite Facebook groups is just like outside my window. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. And all people are doing are taking pictures of outside of their windows in their bedroom and their houses.
you
And
know
so, and
that's
that's beautiful.
it started
It's just,
going.
Yeah, and so I get to see what it looks like in the Czech Republic, or and so I think it's for the good and bad, but I think we cannot control people's intentions on Facebook, and a lot of people in the social media space are just negative people. They wake up negative, and so they want to wield their negativity to everybody else.
So let me ask you this. Let's look at it from this, and I'll explain what I am saying. So that's okay, that's tangible. For us, it's about shopping, and it is about connecting to people that we normally wouldn't, because I wouldn't, we wouldn't be if it wasn't for social media, right?
Right.
Okay, that would be a great loss for both of us, especially
Mm-hmm.
me. So, and you can connect to so many people. Now, on the flip side of that, because sometimes, as I'm reading or watching the news and everything, right now, my biggest issue with social media is the separation of men and women. That to me is huge. That's
Mm-hmm.
outside in the world, and normally social media would be something smart said on social media, and we keep it moving. Okay. Now it goes outside of social media because I've learned something, or I believe I've learned something because someone said it, and it doesn't make them right or anything, but they said it. So they're said it, they're right because I can agree with this because I understand it from my trauma or where I'm at. So if
Right.
you say to me that all women in the north are horny and they just want to have sex, you make my life unsafe when
Well,
I travel. And there are so many examples of this. So now I'm traveling, and because someone believed what you said, people from overseas are sliding dick pics and going after women who are over out of the country. That to me is an issue, a problem. But how do we fix that? Or can it be fixed?
I don't think it can be fixed. I think that
So we can't bring men and women back together. We can't help have them respect each other.
well, I think that there's a lot of things. So one, it is a responsibility of these social media companies to protect content, right? And make sure it's safe for individuals that are participating in it. Then two, we have to understand that content creators, not all of them are actually experts, and they're coming off of their feelings, or they're coming off of these wild ideologies that they've created, or just straight bad behavior because of the likes and the clicks. And so, but I think it is our responsibility to, as adults, the adult portion of these social medias, to know the difference between if someone is speaking from their own pain or their own hatred, and is that aligning with mine, and stopping before I go any further. And when I mean stopping, like if it resonates with me and I'm hurt and I'm in pain or whatever, then that doesn't mean I have to actually go execute what I'm doing, right? Or what I'm thinking. And yes, you are correct. There is constant fight. I think that's the biggest thing on social media, is the difference between men and women, and that relationship between men and women. In relationship, in being in intimate relationships, so in who is right and who holds power and where should they live in society. And so I think that, can we come together? Yes, but it's about positive language and positive conversation around it, with a level of maturity that most people aren't executing on Facebook at all.
No, they're not. And for me, that's the biggest thing right there is the relationship aspect of it all, the hate between men and women, and how it trickles out into society. I was reading the other day and I saw this um, article about two twins,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and how a young man asked one of the twins for her number and she refused. She said, I can give you my Instagram. And he cut her and cut her twin. So he hurt one, and the other one is on her way to another destination in life, the afterlife. And some of that rhetoric right there that happens is what happens on social media because we have, like you have to respond or you have to smile. If someone said to you, You would be so pretty if you smiled. I heard you say this on your show.
Mhm.
You'd be
Yep.
so pretty if you smiled. How would you feel about that?
Well, my belief is I'm not here for you, and I get really offended that a man would take the time to come into my space to say anything about my facial expressions because I don't if I'm not bothering you, why are you bothering me? And
And
we
that's
have to
the
we
thing.
have to understand too that part of what is I think what has been allowed to occur on social media is the voice of disgruntled men,
Yeah,
right? And so what what men think their rights, and I don't know who told them they had these rights, and so part of that conversation is their rights to women's bodily autonomy, and that includes facial expressions. And so, but I am very clear about asking a man God did not put me here for you. Why do you think that that was the case? Like, I am not your enemy. Stay out
yes,
my face.
you're
Stay out
absolutely
my
right.
face, sir.
I'm going to say this and then we're going to slowly move it to close. I'm going to say this and you tell me if you agree. I am 100% for people voicing how they feel and what they want for themselves. I'm not okay when that affects someone else. And I'll give you an example. If you want to grab your passport and date or go marry someone overseas, that's fine. That's fine. But if you're saying that you're doing it because northern women don't know how to be wives, you're taking a step too far. Because where is it that I can prove that you know how to be a husband or that anybody knows how to be a wife? If you want someone overseas, just say that. If you don't like women or if you're fed up with women, just leave them alone. Like Kadada
Right.
said, let them be, leave them alone. If you say hello to a woman and she says, I have a boyfriend or I'm not interested, let it be that. You don't have to get mad at her and call her a name and say she's been run through or anything like that. Just keep walking.
Right.
No one, you don't have to speak to anyone. You don't have to deal with anyone. You don't have to do any of that. Just leave people alone. If you're angry with women or if you're angry with men, leave them alone. Give them that respect and leave them alone and only deal with people who respond to you. Doesn't that make sense?
It does. But I don't think that men feel that way. I think that men deal in the space of ego and their ego and pride, they have not learned how to cultivate that skill of rejection. I always talk about men are they're easily accepting of rejection in sports, right? For some odd reason, they get to understand that they may not be picked. They may not be the one that's at the top of the list or the best of the best. However, they feel like they have the greatest um, opportunity with women, and they should have access to all women or any woman that they particularly want. And it's sad that they have not been able to cultivate the skill around understanding that it's not a blow to your ego. Rejection is natural and normal for everyone, and you should not have to violate another person. And the violation goes all the way from cussing someone out to killing and murder. And I don't know if what is the rationale around murdering someone because you were rejected and you got your feelings hurt.
Well, I think that, we have all these instances coming into the forefront now with young men um, doing these things. And you can see the remorse, but it's too late.
Too late.
And
Hmm.
a lot of this is because of red pill influencers. And a lot of it is because you want people to have a following, you want to make a living off of TikTok. And the only way it seems to be, you know, for people to be escalating is to further feed this war between men and women. And you're putting out content that is hurting other people, especially women. And I wish that you would stop. And I can go on a rant and start naming people who say things that aren't relevant, but I'm going to say that for another day. I'm going to end
Mm.
with a word of gratitude. Charlemagne the God, you suck.
Oh no. Mm. Talk about raggedy. Ooh,
And
raggedy,
Mr. Let It Go, you suck. Okay?
raggedy,
You
raggedy,
have to
raggedy.
stop. Stop. And it takes a second to research information. Don't say anything that you haven't researched. And
Yep.
to the dude that says that you don't have to accept rejection from women, I hope I don't see you on the Channel 6 News because you do have to accept
Wait,
rejection
there's a
from
guy
women.
who says that?
Yes, there's a gentleman that says you don't have to accept rejection from women. So to you, I hope I don't see you on the 6 o'clock news. And to the gentleman that says that women are going to just have to settle,
Mm.
I don't even have words. Women are comfortable in this day and age of being by
Single.
themselves. It doesn't mean we don't need or want men. It doesn't mean that. It just means that we're comfortable being single. It is better to be comfortable and happy on your own than to
Mm.
be in a relationship with someone who would rather be with his male friends than to spend time with you. And I'm not going to go into that this week, but we are going to have that talk about how men prefer to be with other men than the
Right.
woman that they're dating. And I want to understand why you would rather be with your male friend than the woman that you're dating. And if you want to lead and be important, where are you leading them to when you don't even want to spend time with them? That's neither here nor there. We're going to end with a word of gratitude, and then we're going to say, Toodaloo. My word of gratitude, I'll start first, and then we'll go to Kadada. My word of
Mm.
gratitude is faith. I have faith. I have faith that things will change, that things will come about in a different way. I have faith that I'll be in Thailand for Christmas. Yay! That's where I'm going today. Want to end everything on an excellent note. Kadada, what's your word of gratitude?
Grace. I think grace. I always
Yes.
love grace. And that's for me, it's an allowance for someone to stumble and fall a little bit, and with an understanding. And so I think we need more of that in this world instead of being on attack, because we are in attack mode with everything and everyone. We don't understand where they came from, what has happened to them in their lives, or even their point of view. So I think that we need to practice grace a little bit more frequently. Um, yeah, and yes, I'm here for we're being in Thailand in at Christmas time, so we can walk around all the pretty girls that can keep.
I'm
That's
so
what
looking for it.
I do.
So I'm going to end this week's Intuitive Entrepreneur. Next week, Carol will be back. I'd like for you to come watch Kadada on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the evening with Les Brown, and 7 a.m. in the morning. We have a little 10-minute surprise from Kadada. I would love for you to watch No Home Training with Jessica on Sunday morning. But come back here next Wednesday at 3 p.m. and get comfortable with Carol. With that, I'm going to say good night. And for our awesome producer, take us away. Have a great night, everybody.
Everyone.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carol Boston, and I excel at uncovering the unknown and the unseen. And that is exactly what's holding you back from going to the next level in your business. My next book is going to be called You Can't Read the Label When You're Inside a Jar, but I can read your label, and I can help you write a new label that throws an anchor into your future and helps you let go of the story that's holding you in the past. If you're ready to make 2024 your best year yet, let's have a conversation.
Carol is a best-selling author, award-winning speaker, and a life coach. To reach out and know more, visit her profile at Life Coaching Today directory.
Watch the Intuitive Entrepreneur Show hosted by Carol Boston every Wednesday, here on lifecoachingtoday.com.